Oh, you know exactly what you're looking for, but it seems like everywhere you look, there's no suitable bachelor. So the question is, do you have to move different countries to find suitable bachelors? Is there anything as a high value man isn't old, doesn't have a lot of baggage? To answer your question, yes. Definitely suitable bachelors wherever you are located. One of the main reasons why you can't find them is not just because you don't know what you want. It's also because of your mindset. If you haven't unlocked your abundance mindset when it comes to men, sis, there's some work to do. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Carla and welcome to Carla's Corner. And in this corner, my ladies have the 3 B's: beauty, booty, and brains. Let's get into today's episode. I manifested my dream man, part 2. So if you haven't watched my strategy on how I attracted the man of my dreams using the list of 3s, go ahead and go back to that episode. You need to watch it. But for my ladies who already have their list of 3s established, are ready into the dating market, but don't know what strategy they need to use to actually get the men that they want and attract the men that they want, this episode's for you. Before I go into any of those topics, I need to go into the subject of rotational dating. Let's go ahead and clear this up. Just because you are talking to multiple men does not make you a girl for the streets. On the contrary, when you are dating, you need to seek your best options. Single until you're not. Single until he puts the ring on it and until he signs legal documents. Until then, you will always and should always have options. As women are at risk of losing so much more than men. So please play your cards right and date smart. And I will show you how to do it using dating apps. Before I talk about dating apps, do you want to touch up on the mindset that you need to go into if you're looking for your dream man? You need to go into the mindset of I am worthy and deserving. You as a woman have so much inherent value just for being a woman. You need to know don't bring anything to the table because baby, you are the table. Go ahead and make a separate video about the mindset that you need in order to start dating suitable bachelors. But for today, we're only focusing on rotational dating, taking the stigma away from rotational dating. When you are rotational dating, you are not sleeping with a man, you are not giving him girlfriend privileges, you are simply getting to know him. You are simply getting to know your options. You're going out on dates that might look very different for you. Example, before I give a man my time in an actual dinner date and reservations at a restaurant, I personally meet them up for coffee. This is my personal reference, but you do not have to meet them up for coffee before you go onto an actual date. I do because it's a preview to the movie, especially if you're using the apps, but I'll get into that in a little bit. So when you're rotational dating, you're chatting, you're getting to know. Again, it's like you're watching the preview to the actual movie. You're getting to know your options, and by doing this, you avoid attachment because man, oh man, says ladies that are people pleasers, that have big, huge hearts and are compassionate, do we love to get attached to the wrong men. When you are rotational dating, you avoid attachment. Ladies, time is so much more valuable than a man, and your time is limited. If you want a big family like myself, my time is limited, so I needed to find the best option, hence why I chose my husband, and hence why I had a very clear picture of what my man was going to look like. You do not owe a man exclusivity unless he makes it exclusive, until he tells you that you are his girlfriend, and even then, you're single until you're not, so until he puts the ring on it, I want you to always have options. May the best man win. When you practice rotational dating, you also get to see the man's intentions. You get to compare which one is actually interested and which one is just playing games with you. Because yes, men love to play games as much as us as women do. They only like to play games with women that don't know their boundaries. This is why your list of 3s is important, because your list of 3s is basically your boundaries. It's your standards, and you need to hold on to it extremely tightly. It needs to be like your Bible. Respect it, you honor it, and you follow through with it. Only does rotational dating avoid attachment, but you let your options know that you have options by rotational dating, which some want to take you off the market even sooner. The only way they can take you off the market sooner is by impressing you, by pursuing you, by showing you the investment that you are to them. This is where the fun begins. You don't want to cut this short. This is when your guard is up and they really need to earn your trust. This is why physical access should not be granted when you are dating. Let them work for it, sis. I know your next question. Where can we find these men that want to pursue us? Where? They're everywhere. Make your life easier by using dating apps. Personally, for me, I use Bumble because I wanted to choose the men who would have access to me. Do Tinder? Please don't do Tinder. Tinder, I haven't really heard great things from Tinder, but I personally know multiple couples that are now married and they first met while using Bumble. If you want to meet organically, you can also meet organically, but that's going to take a little bit of more effort. And if you're anything like myself, I'm a busy woman who honestly, exactly what she was looking for. And as soon as I saw my husband, I knew that he was the one. Use dating apps to your benefit, okay? Because dating apps will save you time, money, and heartaches and headaches. So many successful men that use dating apps for the same reasons. They're CEOs of companies, they're investors, they're always traveling, and the easiest way for them to get hold of a woman that is also practical is through dating apps. No, we are not going to be looking for men outside of our country. We do not subscribe to long distance relationships here. It'll be a different video of its own. But see why your list of threes is crucial? Instead of just looking if he's cute, if he has the height, the hair, the smile, you're reading his bio. If a man doesn't have a bio on his dating app profile, sis, he's not it. It's gonna be the takeaway message that I need you to understand. You need to date as if it's your job. This is a business, and if you want a successful business, you need a successful partner. So, I need you to start practicing rotational dating and treat it as if you are working for your business, for your empire, because this is what is happening. You're building your empire. I will show you how to do this step by step. Stick around for part 3 as I walk you through how I personally did it and as I share juicy details of my relationship and how husband proposed within 4 months of us dating. Mind you, he had my list of threes, respected all my boundaries, and really showed up for me. Ladies, be wise. Bye.